You see how excited I am already. Tomorrow is my anniversary. Yes, my wedding anniversary. I'll be 11 years tomorrow. Happy anniversary to us, babe. Okay, so I'm here to share with you moments around and on my wedding day. Okay, so let me give you a brief background. Oh, I got married to my husband when he was just coming out of the Nigerian Defense Academy, and I was fresh out of NYSC. There was no support from anywhere, not from my side, not from his side. My parents, I know, are Sapa hold them that time, but my in-laws, the kind of Sapa way hold them. You know, when your hope, everything was revolving around this guy, fresh guy that got out from Nigerian Defense Academy. So I had wanted a very small party that our money could afford. But my husband wanted a big party. He wanted a crossing of sword. He wanted people to come witness and all of this. But I wanted just a gathering of 30, 50 people. Guy man said, no, you don't have money and you want something very elaborate. And we ended up elaborating our lives on that day. So let me get on with the whole gist. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're just tuning in and seeing this lovely face for the first time, my name is Ada Adetunji. Please do well to click on the subscribe button and hit on the notification bell so that you get notified as soon as new videos drop. And to my all-time fave returning viewers, guys, you know how much this means to me, and I love you and always love you. Okay, so sit back. Today's episode is going to be really interesting. Guys, it's taken me 11 years to come out to share my wedding experience, every moment around and on my wedding day with you. And all I can say is Sapa is evil. Sapa is a real bastard. I served at Ikeja, and you know Ikeja now, it has some luxury things ongoing. So I had this friend of mine, we served together, we lived in the same lounge. Sheila, we wedded the same day too. So we would go out together to shop, or in fact, let me just put it, I would escort her to go and look at some things because she would end up buying and then I would admire and go home. Sapa kept happening, guys. Okay, so one of those days we went to check out some wedding dresses around Allen Avenue, you know, and we saw some very premium luxury dresses. I mean, if you see these gowns, the list that day was 25,000 naira for rentage. I didn't even have it. So I took a snapshot and showed my husband. The guy man told me that, is this thing fine in my eyes? Is it that I don't know what is fine again? I checked the picture and looked at him again. The man said I shouldn't worry, I should just drop this thing one side. If I see wedding dresses, I will bow. Oh boy, I don't blame sir. You see this thing called Sapa. When Sapa happens, Sapa will make you look at something really juicy and fine. And your head, you're telling yourself it's not fine. Not because it's not fine, no, but because your inner head has been filled up with Sapa. And what you're seeing is the ugliness of that content. So that was what happened around the wedding. And this man look at this wedding dress and say it's not fine. That means in my head, the one he's going to bring is going to be finer than this. I'm going to be Cinderella. That was all I could tell myself. Then on the day he wanted us to go and check out the dress, that Saturday, I dressed up and went to the base where he was staying. We went. The guy brought the best of his dresses, as in the very best. So he looked at one and said, babe, this one, beautiful. As in many looking at the wedding dress, everything was wrong about it. He had blue, purple, green. I'm not exaggerating, guys. Different colors for the design around the neck. It had some satins, it had some nets, it had some chiffon. It had so many things ongoing. I've not even worn it. My husband just looked at it and said, babe, this is going to be beautiful. I threw it on. My spirit left me when I wore it. And I started crying. My husband was like, this is beautiful. This is perfect. In my head, don't I know what fits me again? But then I don't really blame him. You know, when you're considering, you have a budget you're running with. I think at the time we were planning for this wedding, he had 200,000 there. So the whole budget was supposed to be on around 200,000 there. So I remembered he gave a down payment of 5,000 naira to this guy. And I cried that week, cried the next week, asked me, is it that wedding dress is what you use? Oh, I don't have a say. I didn't even have money as at that time. So one thing just whispered in my ears, I should talk to my sister-in-law. And I spoke to her about it. And I think that weekend she had a friend that had her wedding. and was willing to give me the wedding dress. Guys, I didn't get to see my wedding dress till the morning of my wedding. Well, my stylist was around. They used pins, pegs, needles, different things all together, and they held the wedding dress together. So this was how it came out. A girl still popped in her wedding dress. It wasn't ideally what I wanted as, I wanted to look like Barbie or Cinderella, but it didn't happen. But I still thank my sister-in-law. She rescued the day. I won't even lie. This was the best. In fact, this was the best I could get as her then. So this was the story around my wedding dress, guys. Moving. Okay, so I remember going through the checklist together, and he said that what was remaining or something that was he was yet to check out was a photographer and a videographer. It was supposed to be one person, maybe working with his guys, but someone had recommended some place, and we're supposed to go check out the place. So we dressed up. So it was a Wednesday evening, and we set out to go check out the guy. On getting there, the guy was not around, but when someone had done a work, he had a couple of some works he did, some frames, hanging on around. There was one particular one, like he put very big and but it was very bold and all of that. And I told my husband, how can he this guy were here? Look at his work now, it's not looking nice. Look at that particular one. The thing was looking like he took a picture of someone's spirit. The video was looking like he took a picture of someone's spirit. My husband, my husband said, are you not seeing the beauty? When someone looks at it, it looks like a drawing and a painting on one frame. Sakpa again was walking, in my head, as if I've not seen pictures before. I sat down. When the guy came, he now told us that he even went to print out some pictures or something. He now showed us even what he was showing us. I wasn't impressed. I knew even from my husband's expressions, you would know that he wasn't impressed. But then Sakpa again was speaking to us. And eventually, the guy said he was going to charge us maybe 5,000 or 7,000. I can't remember. My husband deposited some money and he came. The normal bridal thing, he will come, they will take pictures of your clothing, your outfit, take pictures of the bride and all of that. The guy sabi talk. Next thing you're calling cameraman, he's gisting with my mom or with my mom-in-law, or he's somewhere, or the battery is not working, or he's trying to charge something, and it was a whole lot of mess. But eventually we had a couple of pictures like these ones. We had a couple of pictures that we could still frame and put into. I would say he also came through. Is after 11 years, what would I do? I even ran into the guy some time ago. He didn't recognize me, but in my head, I wasn't even going to make reference to my wedding. Oh no, hell no. Guy man be going, let me be going my way. I mean, the cameraman almost ruined my wedding. Like, the videographer wasn't even able to get the entrance to the wedding, to the exit, all those other things. I wasn't really, really impressed about it. They flopped. Again, I blame Sakpa. The color of the day we chose shade of green and silver. This swanky's kind of green and silver. Yes, exactly. This green and silver was actually supposed to be the color of the day. And I remember we went to meet this guy, and this guy told us he's into decoration. He does cake. He does food vendoring. He cooks for events and all of those. And he was going to charge everything. I think everything about 50 or 75,000 there. My husband did not want everything. He was working according to the budget now. So once you give him a price and he presses and checks, okay, 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 this is how much is remaining. You're good to get. Especially the money you're calling does not exceed, his budget. Now the guy said he was going to do all of this decoration. Yeah, I told him, see the shade of green I want to, and then you're going to design it. I actually showed him what I wanted. Guys, we left the church and entered the reception. Immediately they marched us, the normal military parade, crossing our sword and everything. Immediately we marched into the venue. I started crying. This guy literally brought green. Maybe because they told him that it was going to be a military wedding. He brought green, white, green. All the decoration was green, white, green. Where he put the background was very far from where we were seated. He didn't fold the chairs. Like he literally, some chairs, he would fold only the legs. The table, sometimes even only the tabletop. The chair we sat down, they used stone to hold it in place. I mean, I was looking at all of those things and in my head, God, how did I even offend this guy? I said, in his previous life, did I offend him? Everything was a total disgust to me. So the decoration was, and when my brother does decoration, very tech decorations, but because it was coming from the east to Lagos, what I needed from him was to supervise. So that that night he went and came back, and all he could tell me was, "Where did you get this guy from?" And I was asking why. He said, even the materials he got couldn't. When even with the green, white, and green decor that he did in the background, the white wasn't complete, so he used red or red and purple to top it or something. Like, it was horror. It was very awful. I won't even lie to you. So that too was legendary. Like, if I remember it, I still feel like crying to date. That guy, he makes with my soul. Charged everything. It was the same guy that did the decoration. He already charged everything for about 50 or 70K. I can't really remember the absolute amount he charged. So, but the contract was actually for my husband to get in the protein, the chicken, the fish, whatever he would use. So remember, Gaima was trying to save money. So early in the morning, he went to Oyimbo. Who knows Oyimbo market? He was the one that got the fish. I think we used manla or something, the fresh one. He also got the chicken we used from Cotonou. Yes, so he had all these things together. He already counted the number of persons that were going to come. I ordered the drinks accordingly. Have any problem with the drinks, but the food, the guys knew that we had limited resources, and they had the mind to still hoard something. People ate without meat. The rice was looking undone. The rice, I can't call that jollof rice actually, and we cannot call it fried rice or coconut rice. I'm still trying to get the name to tag the rice people ate on my wedding day. It wasn't tasty, nothing. I still thank God that my mom actually made preparations ahead. I had an aunt that made, I think she made soup or something that actually went around to a level of people. But the normal food the vendor brought for us that day was a total mess. That guy was sent to ruin my day. But here we are today after 11 years telling these as tales. Okay. You know how you would rent cars? You would use as for the couple ride and all of this. And my cousin was supposed to drive us. That's how my cousin dropped us. B, he didn't tell us he wasn't driving at a point or something. I don't know really, because I know my cousins, they've been driving for a very long time. Or maybe Lagos driving and driving in the east can never be the same thing. To cut the story short, that's how my cousin went to bash somebody's car on my wedding day. See us trying to save money, money that we did not see, money that Sapa denied us. That's how we're looking at how to coin our money to pay the young officer we borrowed his car to do. As God will have it, I think someone came to the rescue, or either the person asked us not to. I can't remember what happened, but I think that gave my husband shock again. We couldn't sleep that night. What were we supposed to do? And all of this. It was another thing that really, really distracted us, I would say. We're Catholics. Something that really comes in handy is after your wedding on Saturday, you do Thanksgiving on Sunday. So for the Thanksgiving, we didn't actually put that in the plans when we're trying to, plan around that 200K. We didn't put that Thanksgiving dress or whatever into that. My husband, in his mind, we're going to use the dress I used for my trad. I was pregnant at the time, and my tummy was almost coming out, and it was going to be tight on me. I mean, I dropped that cloth. And to cut the long story short, I told him, "Sir, guy, we can do this. Let's wear white and black." That was how we wore white and black. I remember when they were playing the song, in Catholic church, they were playing the song, we were dancing, dancing. People were shouting, I've been a youth people be this. And the kind of person I was. I don't even sing. All I know is that we've done our Thanksgiving. Did we even buy anything for that Thanksgiving? Guys, this was what happened though. This was what happened around my wedding. Like, if I remember them today, I've never shared this thing with anybody, as in with anybody ever. This is me sharing this with you. It's 11 years anniversary, guys. If you have to do something luxurious, do. If you don't have money to do something very elaborate, do according to you. After the wedding day comes the marriage proper. It is not about how luxurious, how beautiful your wedding day is or whatever. This how intentional are you to keep your marriage going? So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you so much, guys. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please help this girl. Help me because it's my anniversary and like this video. There's no reason for you to like this video. Just like it as a way to wish me happy anniversary, guys. It's 11 years, no be beans.